Thank you, Tasmina. I will just, if I haven't said it often enough, you are very much forgiven. We are used to being forgotten, but we are extensive in reminding of our presence. I have my timer set on, so I will not keep you from lunch. But I would like to extend my greatest thanks for giving me the opportunity to participate in this vital and fruitful discussion here today. For those of you who aren't familiar with Iceland, we're a very small country here in the North Atlantic. We have around 400,000 inhabitants, and sometimes, this is Finland, we are associated with economic success. It's worth mentioning that we were also very poor in the beginning of the century and are now one of the most economic successful countries in the world. And also, yes, that is mainly due to our great efforts in gender equality. We are often celebrated as a very sort of global champion in that field. We can be proud of some of the milestones. The world's first female head of state by popular vote was elected in 1980, and today our government is led by my colleague Kristrún Frostadóttir and the Valkyrie government. And 46% of our parliamentarians are female and 6 out of 11 ministers. And according to the 2025 Global Gender Gap Report by the World Economic Forum, Iceland tops the lists with a score of 92.6%, if you can put a milestone on gender equality, and we are leading the world for the 16th. Only 8.8% of the gender pay gap has been closed. That's domestically, I would like to correct my. Anywhere else in the world. And at current pace, it would take around 123 years to correct it. So, therefore, dear colleagues, symbols and rankings, they do not tell the whole story. The reality is such more complex, and Iceland is no gender equality paradise. Motherhood still impacts us, and women's earnings that does not apply to fatherhood. And gender-based violence is still a harsh reality, and the home in Iceland still remains one of the dangerous places for women to be in. And which leads us also to foreign policy, where Iceland must also step up. And we must never forget to emphasize women's participation in peace processes, in diplomacy, and development cooperation. But we try to support women, peace, and security agendas as a cornerstone of our approach to international affairs. And as a small country, that is a big fight, but it has to be voiced out loud that gender equality is not only a question of justice, it's a vital factor for peace, stability, and security. It's a stern affair. I also want to point out that it is very crucial to speak up for reproductive freedoms on the international stage, especially now as we see a significant backlash against women's rights, even here in Europe. A nation that wants to empower women worldwide through diplomacy, it's therefore not helpful to talk about your own success all the time. And it's also not helpful for only women to engage in this conversation. And I know there are men here who are listening and partaking in this very important discussion. But guys, you have to come out and voice it with us. So while Iceland may often be seen as a role model, the truth is that we are still on our journey. But it helps to know where we can also do better. So let me just finish up by saying, gender equality is not a prize to be won once, but a responsibility to be renewed every day, and progress in world ranking is worth very little if we do not exercise our powers and our voice to empower women all around the world through diplomacy, by demanding female representation at the table, and start conversation that will always remain difficult. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.